I thought this day would never come. Once all of that is done, the cabin will finally be officially dried in. It's been a long time coming. The frame may have been miscalculated a little bit. Man, it sure feels good to be home, doesn't it?
It does. Camper versus a house.
No comparison. Yeah, so we're very excited to be back and to get to work on the cabin again. And it's just, I don't know, it's really exciting now that we know exactly where it's going to be going and we've done so much work on the site. Like, it's really cool to now like be able to just envision it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the plan for today is to work on getting the cabin dried in because we do finally have that door. Well, is this like the fourth one, right? It's been a while, so I can't quite remember.
I think the fourth one, yeah.
Yeah, this is the fourth try that they've had, and we are good this time. So we're gonna work on getting this dried in so we can keep the bugs out and the birds.
The dirt daubers, I can just hear them buzzing around making nests.
Yeah, they're going for the wood stove, so we need to take care of this like right now. That would not be good. Yeah, we still need to get a battery for that. Yeah. They really like it when it moves. You should just keep pushing around the yard. What'd you just find?
One of many large dirt dauber nests. This one's quite odd. It's like got a bunch of balls, mud balls, which I've seen them carry the little mud balls, but
they don't
usually
look like that.
Yeah, they usually like kind of shape them into the end result, and this is just got a bunch of mud balls.
Maybe we should put it on the shelf in our house.
Ew.
I'm just kidding. It looks like a little piece of artwork.
Times and places.
I thought this day would never come. I am so happy that we don't put that stupid tarp back up here.
Well, don't talk too soon.
And it's life. And the point is enjoying who you share it with. Joy is who you share it with.
Oh my god.
And the weeks and the weekends are keeping close who you spending with.
It was installed, but the door just barely rubs at the very bottom corner right here.
Oh gosh.
I want to pull it in, but my shim's already nailed in, and
So what are you gonna do?
knock out the shims and try to pull the door in just a little bit because it needs to raise this bottom corner just a smidge.
Right.
Of course, they don't want to come out.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
Just this whole section of this cabin has had issues. Between doing the cutout wrong twice,
Right.
how many times the door has been delivered and been the wrong door or had problems.
I got some bad news. That door you see behind me, I was sent the wrong size. I received that door probably 2 months ago, so hopefully it's not going to be an issue returning it. I haven't even cut it open yet, and I can already tell it's the wrong door. It's the right size, but wrong style.
So you guys are never gonna believe what happened today. They go and load it up on a cart at the store and they're about to bring it out to the car, and Spencer's like, no, let me check it real quickly. It's been wrong twice, and sure enough, it is wrong again. So, of course installing it wouldn't go smoothly.
Right.
Y'all, it is a hot one today.
Whoever left the gate of hell open, can you please shut the door? We just noticed that a brand new thing of caulk over here has kind of exploded.
Yeah, that should tell you how hot it is inside this container. I don't know how much we're gonna be able to be out here today.
Yeah, midday we probably won't be able to be outside.
Right.
God, it's like putty. Yeah, it just literally blew the end out.
I think we should just go back inside. So the good news is that we are still being shaded by this tree over here next to the cabin in this little area that we're working in. So that's good. And the door is all installed. All that needs to happen now is Spencer's gonna tape around all the seams, paint the door, and install the trim. And then once all of that is done, the cabin will finally be officially dried in. It's been a long time coming. We thought this was gonna happen like a long time ago. They take turns pushing each other. So all of the taping is done, all of the painting is done, and the only thing that we have left to do is the trim around that back door, which this is where we've kind of run into a little bit of an issue because we have a little bit too big of a gap at the top of the door because the frame may have been miscalculated a little bit. But the only reason why it matters is because the trim that we've been using is not quite thick enough to cover the whole gap and the frame and everything. So Spencer's having to come up with a different solution.
So what I've been using for the trim around the doors and windows is fiber cement. They sell it in a few different, at least the trim, they sell it in a few different sizes, 2.5, 3.5, and 5.5. But the 3.5, which is what we use on everything else, is a little bit too skinny for that top piece in order to cover all that zip tape. And then the 5.5, they don't sell anywhere close to us at any of our fiber cement suppliers. So what I'm gonna have to do is just come up with a different material. So since it's the back door, it's not the end of the world. It's all gonna be primed and painted the same color, but I'm gonna use cedar around that. So the size will still be 3.5, but the top trim piece will be a little bit thicker at about 4.5 inches. It'll be our little secret. Stupid mistake, just a little bit miscalculation when I was making the steel frame for the door. Not the end of the world, but it is what it is.
To help the cedar blend in even more with the other trim, Spencer put each piece through the planer. This helped give the cedar more of the look and texture of the Hardie board. Once it's all done, you'll see that besides the thickness of the top piece, you really can't tell a difference between the materials. It really does blend in perfectly.
Man, this is gonna look good. Like seeing that black trim up next to the window block trim, this is gonna look sharp. This is gonna look sharp. Definitely beats the tarp. The ground is just fried. How long has it been since we've had rain?
From the forecast, I mean, definitely over a month, and even last month it was only showed like 2 days with like maybe 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. So No substantial rain in probably close to 2 months.
I'm happy to report that our shipping container cabin is now officially dried in. Once we're done building out the cabin, it will be moved to the mountains, where we will build a roof over it and deck around it. And with its own power system and water supply, it will be totally off-grid. It's kind of crazy to think back to what this used shipping container originally looked like when we first got it. It's already gone through such a transformation, I can't even imagine once all these final touches are done. But for now, it's time to shift our focus back to the current state of the shipping container. It's time to finish out the interior of the cabin.